Hi, everyone. This is Tandy Elisala here, your family caregiver coach, your cancer thriver advocate. And today, during this Oral Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Week, today we are talking about things to avoid saying to somebody with cancer. Have you ever known somebody with cancer? Hi, Laura. Mwah. Big hugs to you, my friend. And Ashley, have you ever known someone with cancer or was just diagnosed with cancer and you're like, oh my God, and you say something and then you wish you had taken it back because you're like, ooh, I don't know if I should have said that. So you're in luck because as a 4-time cancer thriver myself, I have heard everything, I think. And I have also been on the giving side of that. I've had friends that have had cancer. I've had family members that have had cancer. My mom had cancer. My grandma had cancer. So, and I have surveyed people that have gone through cancer, and they've told me as well the things that they hate hearing and the things that help. So today I'm going to share, I created an insider's guide. It's free, an insider's guide of what to say and what not to say to somebody with cancer. It can apply to people just going through a difficult time as well. Okay, so it's not just isolated to cancer, but that's the context. Okay, so are we ready? Let's dig right in. So in this live, I'm going to share, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got like 15 things of not to say. So I'm going to go through those. And then I'm going to share with you one ninja tip that will universally make you in such a positive light for you to say to somebody with cancer, okay? And so, all right, here we go. Number 1 thing to avoid saying to somebody with cancer. I know how you feel. Isn't that pretty common, for us to say that? Oh, I know how you feel. So here's the thing, ladies. I've gone through cancer 4 times. And I've met people that have gone through the same type of cancer that I have, and I still have never said to them, oh, I know how you feel. Because here's the thing, depending on where their head is at, it could actually make them really pissed off. And for people to tell me, I heard it all the time. I actually said to someone once, we were actually in the doctor's office, and somebody said, oh, girl, I know exactly how you feel. And I said, really? Do you? Do you? So how am I feeling right now? Because right now I want to vomit all over you, literally. It's just not, you don't know how people are feeling. You just don't. And even with things like death, like when my parents died, my sister and I were the only people on the planet that were closest to understanding how each other felt. But even then, each of us had a different relationship with our parents. So that relationship was different. Therefore, the grieving was different. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Number 2 thing not to say to somebody with cancer. My insert name or relative, like my mom, my grandma, my whatever, had your kind of cancer and they are totally fine. Avoid any and all comparison stories, okay? They want people to listen and to understand them and what they are going through, okay? No comparison stories. You might think that a comparison story is going to help lift their spirits, and they came through it just fine. Yet those comparison stories, you can't compare apples and oranges. So All right, number 3 thing not to say to somebody, or you might risk getting throat punched. Just think good thoughts and you'll be fine. Now, for those of you that know me really well, you know that gratitude is my foundation. It is my rock. It is my stake in the ground. Like, think positively, find things to be grateful for. Like, I am Miss Gratitude. And when people would say to me, just think good thoughts and you'll be fine, I'm like, it's hard for me to think good thoughts when I'm in the toilet vomiting, or when I can't move, or when I keep passing out, or when I can't eat, or drinking water is nauseating, or when I'm in so much pain. I just need to sit with the pain right now. So telling somebody, just think good thoughts and you'll be fine. Even for people that have a positive outlook on life in general, try to avoid that. Here's another one I hear a lot. I hear it a lot. And a lot of people with cancer have told me they hear this a lot and it really annoys them. Just be grateful that you don't have boink. So if somebody has stage 3 breast cancer, just be thankful you don't have stage 4 cancer. Just be thankful you don't have colon cancer and have a colostomy bag, hanging out. Oh, just be thankful you're not in hospice, right? Okay, next one. I know exactly what you should do. I know exactly what you should do. I know exactly what you need to heal. Oh, everybody's journey is different. And we must meet people where they're at. So telling someone you know exactly what they need to do, what they should do, there's a way of reframing that if they're open to natural solutions, holistic solutions that I talked about yesterday, things like that. But you got to meet people where they're at. Here's a big one. And my aunt said this to me constantly, and I was so annoyed with her. She said, what do you think caused your cancer? Well, right now I am not really focused on that, or I am focused on that and I am thinking about that. But asking what do you think caused your cancer is stupid. Like, when somebody's going through cancer, when they're going through the feelings and the sickness and the pain, unless you really know them well and you know where their head is at and they're in that emotional journey, it's a roller coaster. So be very, very cognizant of that. Here's another one I got a lot because I released a ton of weight when I was going through treatment. At least you look skinny. At least you hey, at least you fit into your skinny pants. Really? Huh. I wouldn't have wanted to lose weight that way. Like, that's not what I would have chosen. Here's another one. I can't stop crying, or I can't stop thinking about you, worrying about you. I was up all night. I just don't know what to do. Like, don't make it about you. Make it about the person going through this disease, this cancer, okay? Because when you make it about you, they're going to think, oh, wow, like, you're not somebody that I can, if somebody said that to me, I would think, oh, this is somebody that I can't really rely on to share my feelings or to rely on to be there for me, because they're making it about them and they may not be able to handle it. Okay. I heard this one a lot too, and this can sound pretty common and sound like a positive thing to say, but I'm going to share with you why it's not. You've done it once, you'll do it again. So here's the thing. I've been through cancer 4 times. And when people said that to me, or a version of it, like, I'm sure you'll be just fine, or don't worry, it made me feel like, well, let me backtrack. When somebody is re-diagnosed with cancer, once they have had cancer, people that have gone through cancer, most people have it in the back of their head, that little worry or fear about, what if I get diagnosed again? What if I get re-diagnosed? And depending on what they went through to get through cancer once, somebody may not want to go through it again. Somebody may not want to feel strong. You know what I mean? Like, they may want to just feel, have people honor and allow them to feel what they're feeling, which is the opposite of strong, which is another one I hear a lot. Like, oh, you're so strong. Like, and people that know me really well know that I am a very strong woman. Like, I'm a really strong woman. Yet, there were times that I didn't want to be strong, y'all. There were times I didn't want to be strong. There were times that I wanted to cry. I wanted to be hugged. I wanted to just have somebody just hug me and acknowledge and not really say anything. Just listen or just let me cry. I didn't always want to be strong or brave. Does that make sense? For those of you listening, to drop me a 1 if that makes sense. If some of these things that I'm sharing, make sense. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. Another one is, or a version of it is, you don't look sick, or, oh, cancer must run in your family, or you look great. You look great, even when you know that, even though you know that they look like hell, and they know it, or they feel it. Here's the other thing that I've observed. A lot of times, people with cancer, it's all they can do to muster, to get up and get dressed, but they do it. They get up, they get dressed, they even can put on makeup. They put on their accessories, the earrings, all that, and they, inside, like, they feel like crap. They feel like crap. And so saying to somebody, you look fabulous, when they likely don't feel fabulous, is something to avoid. Another one is just pray and God will heal you. This is a dangerous one for a couple reasons. One is, some people, you don't know their religious affiliations. You don't always know. Maybe they're angry at God right now. Like, maybe people are angry at God right now and they just are like having a moment. Maybe they don't believe in God. So just saying, just pray and God will heal you. Yeah, people that believe in God, believe in God's spirit, universe, source, creator, whatever you want to call it. I believe in it all, whatever you want to call it. But when people are diagnosed with cancer, there's a period of time where even the strongest believers can feel anger towards God. So if you're saying that in a moment when they're feeling this way, it won't help them. Okay. Here's one that one of my friends who was diagnosed with breast cancer a second time, her husband said this to her. She wanted to smack him. He said, I don't want to put this house in your name, just in case you die. I don't want to put this in your name. Ah, really? Ooh. Okay. Here's another thing not to say, and then I'm actually going to share a couple of things to say, okay? The biggest things to say. All right. Don't say, if there's anything I can do, just let me know. Or if I can do anything for you, just let me know. A lot of times that's an empty platitude. Here's what to say instead, okay? People with cancer and their caregivers, they need help, period. End of story. They need help. So it's nice to ask, but it's also good to be direct and be specific about what you will do to help. For example, I am going to the grocery store. I'd love to pick up dinner for you and your family or whatever the situation is. And do you have any dietary restrictions? And what day would be best next week to drop off dinner? Boom. That's specific and it's direct. It's not if you need me, let me know. Because a lot of times, guys, when people that are going through cancer and they're caregivers, they need help, period, end of story. Even if it's to help take out the garbage, change light bulbs, to drive people places. There's so many different ways that you can help. And be specific. Say, like I just said, I'm going to the store. Or if you know that their kids, they have kids that go to karate or something and they're, and you can pick up the kids, and help alleviate some stress. Hey, I know your kids have karate on Thursdays. I'd be happy to come pick them up and take them to karate and bring them back. That way you and your caregiver don't need to worry about it. Or, I'd happy to take your dog for a walk. I'm happy to come be with your whoever is the one that's going through the disease. I'm happy to come sit with them for an hour or two or a half a day or whatever, so you can get some respite. Offer something specific, okay? Specific. Okay. One ninja tip that if all of you do this one thing, I promise you it will make a world of difference, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? World of difference. Friends, family, one of the things that I appreciated most, and everyone that I've talked to appreciates most, is the connectedness that you feel when a friend or family member does one of two things. Either send me cards, like handwritten card, send that to them. I have one of my best friends' cousins is going through brain cancer, and I have send out cards. And so I actually set up my own specialized notes with quotes and everything. Once a week, a card to go out to her and her mom, who's her primary caregiver, through the end of May. So every single week they're getting something from me that is uplifting and encouraging and gives them hope. That is really, really cool. Like, people love that. Another option to that, or alternative, is to text them in this digital age, right? To text them and just let them know, like, hey, I'm thinking about you today. Here's the thing to add, okay, at the end. This is very, very important. No need to text me back, right? No need to text me back. Or don't worry about texting back. Something to that effect. Because when I was going through treatment, my son, he was 19 at the time, and all of his friends, like, not all of them, but like his top 20 friends, literally texted me. I still carry their text messages in my phone. It's so sweet. They all texted me at different times and let me know that they were thinking about me. And the empty thing, if there's anything, we can do, let us know, kind of thing, right? And I knew they meant well, and they were kids, and it meant a lot to me. But I kept feeling like I needed to respond to them, because I got these text messages, like 20 text messages go to me, and I felt like I had to respond when I really just felt exhausted. So sending somebody a text and then prefacing it with, or ending it with, no need to text me back. Don't worry about getting back to me. I just wanted you to know, I'm thinking about you. All right. So that's a big, big ninja tip. So I'm going to also share, since I shared so many things of what not to say, I'm going to share a couple of things to say. Okay? Is that good? Drop me a number 2 if you want to hear some things to say. All right. Awesome. Okay. What to say. Number one, I have no idea what to say right now. I just know that I want to be here for you. Number two, I don't know what you need. I want you to know I'm here for you. And then you can ask, what do you need? And I'm on it. Number three, only say this if you mean it, okay? Only say this if you really, really mean it. You are not facing cancer alone. I want you to know we are in this together, okay? Again, only say that if you really mean it. Another thing to say, I'm open to talking whenever you feel like it. If you don't want to talk, that's okay too. Feel free to cry with me, talk with me, or nothing. I'll take my lead from you. Okay? Another thing to say, instead of saying like, oh, you look great, blah, blah, just say, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. Another thing to say, I can't imagine what may be going through your mind right now. If you want to talk, I'm here. Another thing to say, you don't deserve this. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I talked a little bit about one of the things not to say, and then this is a way to rephrase something to say, how are you feeling today? Instead of just, how are you feeling? Well, gee, I'm kind of all over the place. At 8 a.m. I wanted to die, and at noon I wanted to throw up, and at 2 I feel great, and 4 o'clock I'm in pain, and you know what I mean? So like, instead of saying that, saying, how are you feeling today? Or how are you feeling right now? Another is asking for their advice or opinions on things so that they feel like they're playing an active role in being a friend. Here's one that I love, one of my personal favorites. I admire how you're getting through this with so much grace. Something to that effect. That's a nice touch. I care about you. I'm thinking of you. I love you. If they're open to it, you can say, I'm praying for you. You should say, I wish I could do more. You can also ask somebody, what topics are off limits? Because you want to honor that. And some people that are going through cancer, depending on a whole bunch of things, may want to talk about their legacy and their past and things that will bring them peace and memories and lessons and wisdom. And other people want to avoid those conversations of the heart. So asking what topics are off limits helps you as a support system to know, okay, let's talk about this instead, or, that kind of thing. Let's see. Gosh, there's so many things. Another good one is, I feel terrible you're going through this. I'm sending you healing thoughts. I'm wishing you comfort today. I'm wishing you peace and ease today. These things that I just mentioned are all great things that you could text somebody, or even a short email, if there are email people. In terms of, or I'm thinking of you, I wish you weren't going through this. I'm sending you positive thoughts today. In terms of like the whole, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Here's some different ways that you can do that. I'm headed to the grocery store. What can I pick up for you? I just want, let's see, I'm going to be here with you through this. What can I do for you today? I'll be bringing dinner for your family this week. What day is best? Would I be able to keep the kids this weekend? I'd love for you to get some much needed rest. and there's, you know, the list goes on. But those are the biggest things not to say. And then I shared with you some of the things to say. Again, one of the biggest ninja tips is to text, email, or send a card to them periodically. You know, like, it's just so important, and it's something that I've done a lot of, and people have always said that really, really helped. It really, really helps. So if you know somebody, love somebody that is going through cancer, go to the Hallmark store, grab a whole bunch of cards, and write in them and just schedule them out, or put Post-its on them, you know, and have them ready to go once a week, once a day, once a month, whatever you feel like. But, and obviously depending on your relationship, right? Those can be the most profound ways to let the person know that you love them, that you care about them, you cared enough about them to send them a card and let them know you're thinking of them. And again, the other ninja tip is when you're texting and you're letting them know, you know, a sentence or two, to always end with, no need, don't worry about emailing or texting back, or no need to get back with me. I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful. If you got at least one new tip out of this, drop me a 3. Drop me a 3 in the comments if you got something valuable out of this. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was going live for so long. Okay, so if you want to grab, if you want to know, where is it? If you want to know everything, you know, everything, all the things that people that are going through cancer are feeling, are physically and emotionally, the roller coaster of emotions that can happen, so that you can really resonate with them. If you want to know the complete list of things to say, what not to say, and a list of about 15 quick things that are popular things that are great to text people, and some other ninja stuff, then please, I pinned the comment in here, grab my free insider's guide of what to say and what not to say to somebody with cancer. You can also use it for people going through difficult time. Just replace the word cancer with whatever it is. I hope that this has been helpful for you. And tomorrow I'm going to come live and I'm going to share the biggest ways that family and friends can support people going through cancer. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow.